Why is Washington County Washington County?
We try to keep conservation right at the upper end of our thoughts and everything we do.
And doing new things isn't new for Washington County.
Just an attitude that, we can do this, and we're going to find a way to do it.
I'm incredibly proud to be a citizen of Washington County, where our farmers are leading the way with their practices in agriculture. Agriculture is important to every level of the county, and we see that at the farming level, at the economic level, at salons, at restaurants, at water quality. The decisions that farmers are making are a win for them and a win for our community as a whole.
There's a lot of family farms, good family farms around here that are just generational, continue on from one generation to the next. And so they're looking for ways to keep their farms going, and whether that be with the innovative with the livestock or the crops.
A lot of the key families and key farms that are driving this are the same names that were driving this multiple decades and generations ago.
So now we're kind of on to second and third generations of farmers that are into the conservation practices, and we're just continually trying to make progress forward as far as the practices that we're using on our operation.
When faced with needing to change and looking for better ways of doing things, the farmers of Washington County said, that looks like a better path forward, and we are going to make it work here.
What we're known for, our family, is for the conservation and soil erosion. And with the rolling terrain here in southeast Iowa, we wanted to stop soil erosion. So back in the 1970s, my dad got started actively, working in no-till. That means we dropped the plow and the chisel plow and stopped the soil erosion on the hills.
We started no-till in 1983, and pretty much every acre for the last 30 years have been no-tilled. And back then, there were some people that were just starting conservation farming, and there were some that were still plowing every acre. And you could see a difference, a big difference.
Jim Freer, who was the Iowa State County Extension Director at that time, I give him a lot of credit, for pushing us into no-till, and we kind of stayed there.
It's just been kind of an attitude of innovation down here for a number of years. And since there are so many people that do it, that helps build confidence of others.
It's the right thing to do because we need to keep our soil on the farm where it belongs, keep our nutrient where it belongs, and keep our nutrients out of the water system.
We experiment with different species of cover crops, but we predominantly use cereal rye, and that does a great job of cycling the carbon, through photosynthesis, but also just helps improve upon the no-till of stopping soil erosion. And it also improves our corn and soybean yields too, improving the soil quality and nutrient cycling. So we're planting a cover crop after every corn crop and after every bean crop.
For the most part, we try to keep something on the ground, soil, to protect the soil year long.
And what we notice is it helps maintain the soil condition with aggregate stability and water infiltration. It dries that soil out a little bit quicker, and it's not as mucky and smeary as what it would normally be. In 2020, we had a strip trial on relay cropping. In this scenario, we had cereal rye, and then we had soybeans that we planted in between our rows of cereal rye,
resulting in nearly $200 per acre additional bottom line profit. Plus we're getting the carbon sequestration, plus we're reducing the pesticides, the fertilizer. Our water infiltration rate on that farm now is 4 inches of water infiltration in less than 5 minutes. We can infiltrate an inch of rain on our farm in 6 seconds. We don't have flooding anymore. We don't have the replant and stuff as an issue on the farm anymore, like a lot of our neighbors have still had, and like we see across the whole state and across the Corn Belt.
10 years from now, I hope to see more farmers utilizing diverse crop rotation, multiple different crop types to increase profitability on their farms and regenerate the landscapes of the Iowa ecosystem. In my pasture field right now, there's probably a dozen different management practices being utilized in here. If a cow will eat it, we can grow it out here. And, contrary to what a lot of people think, soils in Iowa can actually grow things other than corn and soybeans. So that's what we're trying to work on out here, is get some more biological diversity and really try and jumpstart the system and kind of see what we can do with the land.
We've had 6 different crops on our farm in the last 3 years now. So definitely an opportunity to find new markets and to be able to be more self-sustaining.
None of this stuff is going to change in 1 year. It takes several years to see real change, and several years in the exact same field, and try to push the limit a little bit and test yourself and see what your fields can do.
I have a pretty deep connection with this particular piece of land, so taking care of it, it's not just a job. It's something that I care deeply about.
We're raising good food to feed people in the world, and we're trying to help the environment and leave the land a better place. I'm just proud to be a farmer because that's kind of all I ever wanted to do, and I'm able to live my dreams. I'm living the dream.